A very good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are taking a good care of yourself. So, children, let us start today's class. This is class 10th, subject mathematics, chapter number 14, statistics, lecture number 8. Children, this is the last lecture of this chapter. After that, the complete chapter I have divided in two summary lectures. Fine. You have to watch those summary lectures very carefully, or whatever doubts you will be having, you are most welcome to ask those doubts. And after that, there will be test conduction of this test of this chapter. Fine. So children, the topic which I am going to cover today in lecture number 8 of chapter number 14, statistics, that is the graphical representation of cumulative frequency distribution, or we can call it that we are going to form cumulative frequency curve, and there is one more another name for cumulative frequency curve, that is ogive. So today basically I am going to teach you how to draw ogives whenever you will be having cumulative frequency distribution table given, either using less than type or using more than type. Correct? So children, after that we will be doing the sums based on the above written concepts from exercise 14.4 of NCERT. So children, let us start today's topic. Our topic is how to draw cumulative frequency curve. Cumulative frequency curve, or we can even call it ogive curve also. Fine. So today I am going to explain you this. Children, as it is clear from the name itself that cumulative frequency curve. So it means there is a need to draw or to form cumulative frequency distribution table first of all before we draw the cumulative frequency curve or ogive curve. Correct? But before I switch to the table, the question arises, what do you mean by ogives? So our first point is define ogives. Ogive curves are nothing but the graphical representation of the cumulative frequency distribution. This is graphical representation of cumulative frequency distribution. Children, you know, whenever I talk about the cumulative frequency distribution table, basically it is of two kinds, using less than type as well as more than type. So whenever we are just going to draw cumulative frequency distribution table using either less than type or more than type, then whatever the graphical representation we are going to do of that data, that is known as ogive. Got it? So children, ogives are of two kinds. Number one, less than ogive. Less than type ogive and more than type ogive. So children, let us discuss the very first one, that is less than type ogive. As from the ogive only, it is clear that this is nothing but the graphical representation of cumulative frequency distribution table. Fine. So what we can say that less than type ogive, it is basically a graph. It is a graph between what? Between upper limits and cumulative frequencies of a distribution. Cumulative frequencies of a distribution. Now you may be thinking, why upper limit? Do you remember when I told you that we are just going to learn how to make cumulative frequency distribution table using less than type? In that I was again and again emphasizing on upper limit. So it is nothing but a graph drawn between the upper limit and the cumulative frequencies of a distribution. Correct? So children, as I am talking about the graph, definitely there is a need of a Cartesian plane. Correct? So here we mark the point with upper limit. Upper limit will be marked as x coordinate, means the abscissa, and the corresponding cumulative frequency will be marked as y coordinate, means ordinate. And then we are just going to plot the coordinates, x coordinate as well as y coordinate. How we are going to get the x coordinate? From the upper limit, and y coordinate we are going to get from the corresponding cumulative frequency. Correct? And after that we are just going to draw a freehand smooth curve. Correct? So children, whenever you are going to draw a freehand smooth curve, in case of less than ogive, it will always move on the upward direction. Correct? So for the better clarity of the concept, I am going to take one question from exercise 14.4 so that you can understand about less than type ogive. So let us start exercise 14.4. Question number 1 I am going to take. Fine. What is said in that question? The following distribution gives the daily income of 50 workers of a factory. So let us start writing the daily income. This is daily income. You know, income is always considered in rupees. So this is daily income in rupees is from 100 to 120, 120 to 140, 140 to 160, 160 to 180 and 180 to 200. Fine. Now I am going to tell you the number of workers. So there are children 12 workers whose daily wages are from rupees 100 to 120. It can never be equal to 120 as it is the upper limit. Correct? Now then there are 14 workers, those who are going to get the salary or the daily wage from 120 to 140. Then there are 8 workers, 6 workers, and at last there are 10 workers who are going to get from 180 to 200 as the daily income or the daily wage. Correct? So children, as I am going to talk about less than type ogive, so you know that less than type ogive is completely dependent on less than type cumulative frequency distribution table. So let us make it. So this is less than type. As I have told you that in less than type we are supposed to take upper limit only. Correct? So here I am writing less than 120 as 120 is upper limit. Then less than 140, less than 160, less than 180 and of course less than 200. And cumulative frequency, children, you know very well what is that. This is nothing but the consecutive sum of all the frequencies. So let us discuss about it. Here you can see that 12 workers are there whose ages are from 100 to 120, means it is less than 120. So if I am going to talk about less than 120, then how many workers will be there? Of course there will be 12 in number. Correct? And if I talk about that I want the number of workers whose income or the daily wage is less than 140. So children, you know the workers, those who are going to get the wage from 100 to 120, that will also be considered as less than 140. So I am supposed to take their addition. Correct? So it would become 26. Now I will be adding 8 in 26 so that I can get the cumulative frequency of less than 160, which is equal to 34. Then add 6, it would become 40, and ultimately add 10, it would become 50. So children, this is cumulative frequency distribution table using less than type, which we require to make less than type ogive, means the graphical representation of this table. Got it? So as I have just told you that in upper limit will be considered as x coordinate. Upper limit will be considered as x coordinate, and cumulative frequency, the corresponding cumulative frequency will be considered as y coordinate. Correct? So children, let us start drawing the graph. As you know that we are going to talk about the graph, so definitely I have to draw Cartesian plane. Correct? So this is origin. This you can take as x-axis, and this one will be y-axis. Correct? Now, children, as it is explained that upper limit means this 120, 140, 160, 180 and 200 will be considered as x coordinate. So let us plot them on x-axis, and this cumulative frequency will be plotted on y-axis. So let us see. First of all, I am going to draw, this is 120, then 140, 160, 180 and of course 200. Correct? Children, you can see here from 0 to 120 directly we have moved. Otherwise there is a gap of 20 in each and every term, you can see. So there is a need to make a kink. Correct? On x-axis. Now children, observe this data. So we can either take the gap of 10, that depends on us, or we can take the gap of 5 also. So children, I have taken the gap of 10, you can see 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So now let us plot the coordinate on this Cartesian plane. Please observe this table. Can you please let me know what will be the coordinates? The coordinates are, as I told you, that upper limit will be considered as x coordinate, so it will be 120, and cumulative frequency will be considered as y coordinate, so it will be 12. So this is 120, 12. Then what else you can take? 140, 26. Next one will be 160, 34. Next one will be 180, 40. And of course the last one will be 200, 50. Got it? So now let us plot these coordinates. With 120 I want 12. So let us consider it over here. You can even write also 120, 12. Then with 140 I want 26. So 26 will be approximately over here. This is 140, 26. Next one will be 160 with 34. So 34 will be approximately here. This is 160, 34. Next is 180 with 40. 180 with 40. Here. 180 with 40. And then 200 with 50. This is 200 and it must be equal to over here. So you can place it here. This is 200 with 50. Correct? Now as I told you that we are just going to draw a freehand smooth curve while joining these coordinates. So let us draw. You can see that it is going in upward direction as I taught you, as I explained you. Okay? Let us write the complete details. As you know that x coordinate will be upper limits and y coordinates will be cumulative frequency. Correct? What else is left? Only scale factor is left to write. So first of all, I am going to write scale along x-axis. For x-axis, what is the scale used? Have a look. This is 1 centimeter is equal to rupees 20, because you know that these are the daily wages. Okay, so these are in rupees. And along y axis, what is the scale? 1 centimeter is equal to 5 workers. Why? Because, sorry, 10 workers, because I have taken the gap of 10. So this is 10 workers. Correct? Now children, using less than type ogive, we can calculate the median also. How we are going to calculate the median? As I told you that first of all we need n. Here you know that n means the number of observations, that is equal to 50. Why? Because there are 50 workers in the factory. 50, correct? And then I told you that we are supposed to take n by 2, that is 25. So children, what you are supposed to do for finding the median from cumulative frequency curve, either using less than ogive or more than ogive, you are supposed to locate n by 2 on y-axis. Means you have to find 25 on y-axis. So it will be approximately here. Yes or no? Okay. Now where n you know, that is, this is nothing but the total number of observation. From this point children, from this point where we have located n by 2, we are going to draw a line which is parallel to x-axis, cutting the curve at a point. So you have to just to draw this line. This line you can see that this is parallel to x-axis and it is going to cut the curve at, let it be point at as M. It is going to cut this freehand smooth curve to what we are calling as less than type ogive. So it is going to intersect, it is going to cut that curve at a point. Now children, from this point you are supposed to draw a perpendicular to x-axis. You can draw it with dotted line also, or you can just draw it using scale also. Fine. Now the abscissa of the point of intersection of this perpendicular with the x-axis, that is known as the median of the data. So approximately we can say that 139 will be the median of this less than type ogive. Got it? I repeat, what I am supposed to do to calculate the median using less than type ogive. You will be having n, that is number of observation. Just calculate n by 2, which is equal to 25. You are just going to locate this 25 here on y-axis. Then from that point you are just going to draw a line which is parallel to x-axis. Definitely that line is going to touch less than type ogive somewhere. Okay, so let it be, consider it, you can give any name. It is not necessary that you are going to give the name as M only. So from that very point you are just going to draw a perpendicular line on x-axis. So wherever that perpendicular line is going to be touched, that very point will be considered as median. Here you can see it will be approximately 139. So what would be the median in this case? 139. Got it? Suppose children, if you are asked to draw more than ogive also, so definitely you will be drawing more than ogive. I will be explaining you about that also. Here instead of upper limit you are supposed to take lower limit and cumulative frequency would remain same. And instead of going the graph on upward direction, it must be coming on downward direction. Okay. Then where both the ogives are going to intersect each other, you are just going to draw a perpendicular line from that point of intersection on x-axis, and that very point would be considered as the median of the question. Got it? So whenever in any of the questions you are asked to draw less than ogive as well as more than ogive, fine, then you have to just pick their point of intersection. For example, if I am going to draw here, it would be like this. So this is point of intersection. From here you are just going to draw a perpendicular line and it is approximately coming to 154, right? So 154 would be considered as the median in that case. Clear children? So let me erase it, okay, to get rid of any confusion. Now let us switch to next graph, that is more than type ogive. It is a graph between what? Between lower limits and cumulative frequency. Correct? Here we mark the point with lower limit as x-axis. This would be considered as x coordinate, would be marked on x-axis of course, and the corresponding cumulative frequency would be considered as y coordinate. Correct? And such kind of graph will definitely go on downward direction. Fine? After getting the coordinates from lower limit as well as the corresponding cumulative frequency, we are just going to plot them on Cartesian plane, and when we are going to join it with our free hand, it would be coming in the downward direction. So let us understand this also using one question from the same exercise, that is 14.4. Children, one more thing I want to add in it. For example, if it is asked that you are supposed to draw less than type ogive and then calculate median, and after that it can be asked that you are supposed to calculate median using formula also, then verify it. So this is not tough for you. You know how to calculate median using formula, and then you can verify whether the median using ogive and the median using formula, they are same or different. Remember, they will always be same. Okay. So I will be switching to question number 3. The following table gives the production yield per hectare of wheat of 100 farms of a village. So we will be having the production given. This is production and it is given in hectare. So from 50 to 55, how many farms are there? Number of farms where the production is from 50 to 55 hectare, there are 2 only. Then from 55 to 60, there are 8 farms. From 60 to 65, there are 12 farms. From 65 to 70, there are 24 farms. From 70 to 75, there are 38 farms. And from 75 to 80, there are total 16 farms. Correct? So these are the number of farms where the production in hectare is given in such a way in the form of class interval. So children, what is said in the question? Change the distribution to the more than type and then draw its ogive. So let us start it. More than type. And then its cumulative frequency. In more than type, you know, we used to take lower limit, more than 50, more than 55, more than 60, 65, 70, 75. So children, here we are supposed to tell that how many frequencies are there or the number of farms whose production is more than 50. So you know, in more than 50 they all are going to be added, and in more than type we always used to take the cumulation of all the frequencies, which is equal to 100. If I talk about more than 55, then 2 will be subtracted, that is equal to 98. Then more than 60, 8 will be subtracted, which is 90. Then for more than 65, 12 will be subtracted, which is equal to 78. Then for more than 70, from 78 I will be subtracting 24. So I will be getting 54. And from more than 75, I will have to subtract 38 from 54, which will be equal to 16. Correct? So let us verify whether the table is right or wrong. This is more than 75. This is also including 75 and more than it. It is actually equal to also. Equal to 50, equal to 55 also you can add. So this is equal to 75 and more than 75. There are 16. I told you whatever will be the last term of cumulative frequency of more than type, that must be equal to the last frequency also. Fine. So it means our table is appropriate. Now children, how we will be taking the coordinate? 50 with 100, 55 with 98, 60 with 90, 65 with 78, 70 with 54 and 75 with 16. So let us write the coordinates so that we can easily make more than type ogive. So the coordinates which we are going to plot, they are 50, 100, 55, 98, 60, 90, 65, 78, 70, 54 and 75, 16. So now let us make more than type ogive. So children, this is Cartesian plane, that is origin. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. You know that on x-axis we are going to show lower limits, and here we will be showing cumulative frequency. Lower limit is from 50. You can see 50, 55, 60 and so on. So here I am writing 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. Correct? Through this data of cumulative frequency, you can see 100, 98, 90 means the gap of 10, 10 will be comfortable, right? So let us take the gap of 10, 10. This is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and here you can write 100. Okay. Now, children, here you can see from origin to 50 there is a gap of 50. In rest terms there is a gap of 5, 5. So it is mandatory to make a king. So the very first coordinate is from 50 to 100. Let us plot it. It will be approximately here. This is 50 to 100. I can write it with pencil. Correct? Now next is 55 to 98. Where it will be 98? Just 2 steps less than this. So this is 55 to 98. I can take approximately here. 55 to 98. Correct? Next is 60 to 90. 60 to 90. Next is 65 to 78. 65 to 78 will be approximately here. (65 to 78). 70 to 54. This is 70. This is 54 somewhere here. (70 to 54). 75 to 16. 16 will be here approximately. (75 to 16). Now children, with free hand you are supposed to make it. So let us make it with free hand. You can just see it is coming in downward direction because it is of more than type. Understood? Now children, only scale factor are left. You are supposed to write down scale factor here. Due to less space, I will be writing it below. Scale along x-axis. That is 1 centimeter is equal to 5 kilogram, or you can write hectare also. Next is along y-axis. 1 centimeter is equal to, there is a gap of 10. There were 10 farms. Correct? Actually, this kilogram oblique hectare is given in NCERT textbook only. Fine. So either you can take kilogram or you can take hectare. That depends on you. So this is all about more than type ogive. Understood? And always remember children, whenever you are asked to draw more than type as well as less than type ogive. Less than will go from down to up. So wherever they both are going to be meet, that point of intersection, from there you are going to draw a perpendicular on x-axis to come to know about the median. Correct? So that's it for the day. This is the time to get your mathematics homework. Please note down maths homework. Your maths homework is, children, you are just supposed to complete exercise 14.4 in your mathematics homework notebook. There are only 3 questions, 2 I have taught you. You are supposed to do that one along with the classwork questions. Correct? So that's it for the day. Please like the video and do not forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.